Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back to the show. We're looking at, finally, the top 10 German inventions that changed the world. This is always interesting to me. I've done this on, a couple countries. I think Australia a long time ago, and they pretty much blew my mind. So inventions are something that changes the world. That is definitely true, and it's fun to find out their origin, how long ago it was, and of course, where things were invented. So I'm expecting some interesting maybe shocks on here. This is from the German High Tech. That's the channel. This will be linked in the description down below, so make sure to check them out. And this was suggested by probably more than a dozen of you. So too many people to thank, but I do thank you all for the great suggestions. As always, keep up the great work. Let's go.
There's no better decision than investing in high-quality German inventions, especially if you want something that will make your life easier. There is a huge number of German inventions on the market. However, it can be difficult to find the right one. We have put together a list of the top 10 inventions in this video to assist you in finding the best German inventions. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here with another exciting and informative video. Let's get into the video.
Pretty sure, by the way, there's been way more than 10, so keep in mind this is just a narrow list. Any that aren't mentioned here, please, enlighten me in the comments down below. I'm sure they've invented a lot.
Number 10, diesel engine.
Diesels.
Amongst the top German inventions, the diesel engine invented the pressure-ignited heat engine, which went on to become the predominant power source for large industries. The diesel engine, named after Rudolf Diesel. After getting his degree in engineering in 1880, Diesel returned to Paris when he designed and built a modern refrigeration and ice plant. Experimenting with steam and ammonia vapor, Diesel eventually settled on an oil-based fuel that was injected at the end of compression and ignited by the high temperature resulting from compression. In 1896, Diesel demonstrated an engine with an unheard of 75% efficiency, and although refined many times over the years, the diesel engine that we use today is essentially Diesel's 1896 design.
That's incredible. I did know it was invented by a guy named Rudolf Diesel. I've definitely heard that before. I didn't realize that was from Germany. Very interesting. That one definitely changed the world because diesel is everywhere and part of some of the most important logistical things that we use every day. We have huge diesel generators, diesel trucks, hauling cargo, diesel ships, you name it. I mean, it is very big and very important. What a crazy invention that changed the world on a drastic level for sure.
Diesel envisioned his engine being used by individuals and small companies to compete with larger companies in areas such as farming and construction. Today, the diesel engine is indispensable in the transport and construction industries. Number 9, Bunsen burner. The Bunsen burner was invented out of need and opportunity. In 1852, the University of Heidelberg wanted to hire noted chemist Robert Bunsen to head their chemistry department. To lure him, they promised to build a new chemistry laboratory. Like many European cities at that time, Heidelberg was installing coal gas lines for street and house lighting. The designers of the new laboratory took advantage of the new gas lines and planned to install gas not only for illumination but for laboratory experiments as well. The new laboratory opened in 1855 with 50 Bunsen burners ready for students and researchers to use.
That's early.
In 1857, Bunsen published a paper describing his burner design, and laboratories around the world began to adopt his superior burner design. Number 8, electron microscope. One of the key inventions of the 20th century is the electron microscope.
No way.
It allows objects to be magnified up to 10 million times, and it has literally changed how we see the world. In 1931, the German physicist Ernst Ruska and the electrical engineer Max Knoll created the first working electron microscope. Their early prototypes weren't able to magnify as much as an optical microscope, but by the late 1930s, Ruska and Knoll had significantly improved the devices. An electron microscope uses electrostatic and electromagnetic lenses to form an image by controlling an electron beam that is focused on a target object. It allows objects as small as a single atom to be viewed. Work on the electron microscope halted during World War II.
So yeah, I didn't know that was invented in Germany. That's pretty cool. That's pretty early. That's what I'm impressed by, the 30s. I thought electron microscopes would have been more like maybe 60s or 50s. Really based on nothing. That's just what I would have guessed, so that's pretty impressive as well. That's why these videos are pretty interesting, I think.
After the war, scientists from all around the world began working on improving and refining Ruska and Knowles' design. They created the scanning electron microscope, which detects electron emissions from a target, allowing scientists to see more objects than is possible with Ruska and Knowles' design. They also created the reflection electron microscope, which detects elastically scattered electrons. This allows scientists to see how particles interact with other matter. Number 7. Printing press.
Wow.
The method of printing from movable type was invented by Johannes Gutenberg sometime around 1456. The scope of the invention included the creation of a metal alloy that melted easily and cooled quickly, which was used to form durable, reusable type and oil-based ink that was thick enough to adhere to the metal type, then transferred to paper or vellum and a press. The press needed to apply firm, even pressure to the printing surface, and it was likely adapted from existing vine, oil, or paper presses. Gutenberg was born in the German town of Mainz and became skilled in metal working. By 1450, Gutenberg received a loan from a financier named Johann Fust to continue his printing experiments. When Gutenberg was slow to repay the loan, Fust sued and won control of the type and press. It was under Fust's name that the first printed works, the 42-line Bible and a Psalter, were released. The Psalter in particular was magnificently decorated. Gutenberg's contribution was recognized, however, because by 1465 he was receiving a pension from the Archbishop of Mainz that included grain, wine, and clothing. Number 6.
That one's super early. Wow. But the point is, all these have been really very important in the scope of history and you could argue daily life. So, damn. Thank you, Germany, for amazing inventions, I'd say.
Radar system. It was first
too.
indicated by James Clerk Maxwell in his groundbreaking work on electromagnetism that building of radar-like systems is possible. It was materialized only at the outset of the 20th century that different instruments and gadgets made use of electromagnetic principles, with German scientist Christian Holzmeier developing a ship detection system primarily aimed to guide ships safely through the sea haze. Designing such systems which allowed the production of small radio energy pulses was an important step towards the creation of contemporary radar systems. Amongst the popular German inventions in marine engineering and aerospace engineering, radar systems picked up quick progress during World War II and were the key element that steered the Allies towards success. Number 5, the tape recorder. The next time you listen to music on the go, remember to thank a couple of German inventors. The first practical tape recorder, the Magnetophon K1, was demonstrated in 1935. During World War II, the Allies became aware of simultaneous radio broadcasts with unusually high quality. They were aware of the existence of the magnetophone recorders, but they didn't know about the existence of high-frequency bias and PVC-backed tape. During the war, the Allies captured a number of German magnetophone recorders from Radio Luxembourg. It was an American audio engineer, John Mullen, along with the famous crooner Bing Crosby, who really put magnetic tape on the map. During the closing days of the war, Mullen was tasked with learning about German radio and electronics. At a studio in Bad Nauheim, he picked up magnetophone, high-fidelity recorders, and 50 reels of recording tape. Crosby eventually invested $50,000 in the California electronics company Ampex, which became the world leader in tape recording. Number 4, the MP3 music.
Again, big time, change the world stuff. Like, I know that's the title, but this stuff is actually really big inventions that we've all dealt with or we've all benefited from. Pretty crazy.
Format.
MP3 music format, what?
MP3 stands for MPEG Audio Layer 3, and it is a standard for audio compression whereby music files are made smaller by a factor of 12 with little or no loss of quality. MPEG is an acronym for Motion Pictures Expert Group and is a group of standards for audio and video that are set by the Industry Standards Organization, ISO. The first standard, MPEG-1, appeared in 1992, and it was for low bandwidth. Later on,
I would have never guessed this was invented in Germany. That's wild.
the high bandwidth compression standard MPEG-2 was introduced, which was good enough for use with DVD technology. MPEG Layer 3 or MP3 involves only audio compression.
Right.
In April 1989,
yeah, because these YouTube videos I upload almost every day, when I edit them, I have to convert them to MP4, which is audio and video. So
Germany's Fraunhofer
this.
Institute received a German patent for MP3, and in 1992 it was integrated into MPEG-1. In November 1996, MP3 received a patent in the US, and in 1998, Fraunhofer began enforcing its patent rights, making developers of MP3 encoders and decoders pay a licensing fee. In the early 1990s, Fraunhofer tried to create an MP3 player, but it wasn't until the late 1990s when MP3 was integrated into the Windows operating system with Winamp that playing MP3s really caught on.
That's crazy.
Number 3. Coffee filter. Melita Benz, a Dresden housewife, grabbed her moment in 1908 when contemplating why her coffee was always overbrewed and bitter.
Right.
She wanted to eliminate the harsh flavor created by boiling loose grinds or using the traditional linen technique of brewing coffee. Benz patented the invention after realizing she could make a more delightful cup by filtering away the loose grounds with an improvised paper filter, and the family firm, Melita Group KG, now employs about 3,300 people. Hence, we hope that this video helped you explore the earliest and greatest German inventions which brought technological advancements that blow your mind how these inventions changed the world. Number 2. Chip card.
There are.
The products of German
very interesting list so far. We have a couple left, right? Yeah.
German ingenuity are
this
in your
is a big one. This is a big one, right?
wallet too. Chip and pins, SIM cards, credit cards, health insurance cards, IDs, and other anything else that holds data on a chip.
Yeah.
It started in the finance sector when banks decided that a magnetic strip and signature wasn't secure enough and looked for alternative solutions. German engineers Jürgen Detloff and Helmut Gottlieb developed the microprocessor cards as early as 1969 and patented them in 1977. Today, smart cards and chips are being woven into passports in Germany and Belgium, social security cards in Austria, and permanent resident cards issued by the Department of Homeland Security in the United States.
Yep.
Number 1.
That's a big one. Talk about inventing something that is just used on like an unbelievable big scale. That would be it. That's crazy. Number 1, X-ray generator. Geez, these are breakthroughs, man. These are big time inventions that are really big. It's not like inventing like something that doesn't really appeal to a lot of people. Like these are big time stuff.
X-ray generator.
Very
German
impressive
inventors
list.
and thinkers have dominated science for centuries. As well as discovering whole fields of medicine such as bacteriology, Germans are also responsible for some of the medical inventions we take for granted.
Yeah.
The physicist Wilhelm Conrad von Röntgen discovered X-rays in 1895. Since then, its use in radiography has only increased, with almost 200 million X-rays taken each year in the US alone to diagnose everything from broken bones to pneumonia.
Yep.
If you guys like this video or
very interesting list. Like I said, I can't reiterate enough. Tons of big time inventions that really affect almost everyone to some capacity. Some interesting ones that I really liked. For example, the microscope and of course the diesel engine. I think that's really cool. This is a great video for comments, so I really look forward to seeing what you have to say. You know, how accurate was this list? Do you agree with it? What are some inventions that we should know about that were not mentioned here? I'm all ears for that. The medical inventions are really cool too, because obviously any medical breakthrough that can save lives and help improve people's quality of life is always a good thing. And that's really interesting to hear. Tons of medical inventions have occurred in Germany. I also learned in some different videos that tons of medical inventions also have been invented in Australia. I think that's really interesting. I didn't know that, before this channel. I think that's really cool. So yeah, I turn this to you. Remember, this is linked in the description. Make sure to check them out. Throw a like on there, of course, if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to be part of this amazing community we do have here. And I'll see you guys in the next one. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Until next time, catch you later.